Hello, my friends. That sounds better. Hi, guys. I'm so sorry for that. So, hello, my friends. I'm sorry. I was just lost in the Facebook world. I was on the wrong page. Guys, here we are. That looks better. I'm on the WoodUbend page now, aren't I? Totally confused. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Sorry, WoodUbend. Am I on now? I hope I'm on the right page now. Guys, give me some feedback, please. Hi, Anja. Hallo, Sabine. Ja, genau. Hauptsache, ich bin wieder da. Heute ist irgendwie, hast du alles geplant und dann ist durcheinander. Okay, but I'm on the right page now. That's good. Let's get going. As I said, we've been working. For those who don't know me, my name is Angela. I'm chaos person sometimes. So welcome. My name is Angela. I'm the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a WoodUbend retailer over here in Germany, near Frankfurt, which is right in the middle of Germany. So when you join me, just let me know. Hi, WoodUbend. Sorry, I'm late. I was on the wrong page. I was lost on the Facebook world. So here I am. I made it. I made it. So I was all over the place. So when you join me, guys, just let me know where you're watching from and say hi to me. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. And if you want to follow me, that'll be great. Pop over to my page and leave me a like. I also do lives in German. So tonight we are on here in English. And we've been working the last 2 weeks on a wall panel, a lantern wall panel, which I'm going to show you at the end, because tonight we're going to finish off the lantern, which is going to go with it. So I'm going to show you, they came in 3 sizes. I'm using the biggest size. I just wanted to show you, they are just like plain black, you know, there's like nothing special to them. Hello, Renate. Hi, Ali. So this is not very special, and it's got like those edges and stuff. It's pretty, but it's pretty plain. So it needs a little bit of love from WoodUbend. So that's what we're going to do tonight, and a little bit of posh chalking. I've already started a little bit. I've put already a trim up on top, which makes it straight away look totally different. We're going to add the trim to the bottom, and this is the look I'm going for, which I've achieved that with the texture paste by Posh Chalk, and I've used the texture paste in vintage gold and in pearl white. Those are the ones we're using later. I have the trim 0046 to go around the lantern, and I've already prepared it here. I'm going to put it on the griddle. You can see it's like half brown and half black. The trims, they are made out of wood. I've got some secret ingredients. When they are cold, they are solid, and when they are warm, like this one, you can move them around. You can unfold them, you can move them around and stuff like that. So the trims, they come in a coil like this, and well, not like this. Like this is now folded up. This is now folded up, and see if I can get it back into shape. I'll do that later. So when you store them, just put them back in a coil, and here we go. Put them back in a coil. That's easier to store them and to handle them. So there we go. Okay. And you can, as I said, they're made out of wood, and you can use them just as normal wood. You can paint them, you can stain them, you can, when they're cold, you can sand them, you can drill them, you can, you know, if you have fragile things like this, you can obviously break those also if you're not careful. But you can, when they're warm, you can bend them around edges and stuff like that. So this is perfect, because this is gonna go right like a ribbon around this lantern on the outside. It's got like edges. It's not only round, it's got edges also. and you're going to see how nicely we can put that around there. Hallo, liebe Ute. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Jill. Thank you for being patient with me. So, Claire, honestly, you didn't miss anything till now. No, this is not from IKEA. I couldn't tell you where I've got that from. This was a set of 3. I choose it because it's pretty big, and I've already painted that. So when you paint your woody bends beforehand, make sure you use a flexible paint. So when you bend it around edges and stuff like that, that the paint doesn't crack, you know, if that makes sense. So, okay, I'm going to bring you a little closer so that you can see a little more what I am doing. So here we go. I've got to have a sip of coffee. This was just quite... That's typical me. I think of everything organized and everything's prepared. I've written my board and stuff like that. Everything's on there, prepared all my stuff. And then I'm wondering, why is there not WoodUbend on? So there's always a reason for something. I found it pretty quick. So hyperventilating again. But it wouldn't be me if not at least something goes wrong. So I'm just going to put that on the griddle to warm that up. You can warm those WoodUbends up. You can warm those up with a heat gun. You can warm those up with a hair dryer. You can warm those up with an embossing gun. You can put it on a griddle like I've just done. So everything works just nicely. So I'm gonna make sure that you can see. So as I said, I've prepared already this lantern. This was black beforehand. I don't want to have it full covered, but I want to give it a little bit of a different look, so it matches the lantern at the end, the wall panel at the end. So I've got my heat gun also, and I've already painted a bit so that I can let's see, where are you? Just put it up here. Yeah. I'm just warming it up now. Sorry for the noise. So, and you can cut them either with a very sharp knife or with some scissors. You can even carve them like wood. That also works. You know, it's a very versatile product. So, as I said, I've already painted and I've made a mark how much I need approximately, which is there. And I'm just going to cut it with a very sharp knife there. Just like this. Make sure I'm not cutting myself, having some more disaster. So I'm putting it back in a coil because it's the trims are easier to use when they are in a coil. Yeah. As long as they're warm, you can move that. And when they cool down, they stay in the shape you've basically put them into. So put that to the side. And when you work with trims, that's what I found. It is easier to apply the glue before you apply the trim. You can apply either the glue onto the trim or onto the WoodUbend. Hi, Anja. Nee, nicht im Backofen. Ich habe das auf auf einer kleinen Heizplatte gehabt. Beziehungsweise das habe ich jetzt gerade mit einem Heißluftföhn einfach nur erwärmt. So, you use regular wood glue. Whatever surface you apply it onto. You can apply it onto plastic, you can apply it onto wood, you can apply it onto glass, onto metal. This is metal, for example. You can stick that just onto anything. And whatever surface you're sticking it onto, use regular wood glue, you know? So that'll do the job. So, and when I work with trims, because I can keep the trim then in a coil, which makes it easier to handle instead of having like a long strip laying around. So I'm applying a good amount of glue onto my project. Use good quality wood glue, you know, not just like some cheap stuff. Use some good quality wood glue. And you're good to go with that. So if you have too much on there and the glue squeezes out on the side, That's no problem. Just keep a damp cloth or a baby wipe or anything close to you. Baby wipes are my best friend. It's, yeah, that's right. Dixie Bell works great, but you can also perfectly work with the Posh Chalk metallic paste. I just, this is like some chalk paint I used on here because I want to have the base basic. So that's the reason I've done that. So now I'm going to roll that as this, oops, as this already cooled down again. You can see this is now solid again. They need about the same time to cool down as they need to heat up. Sorry guys, you're not seeing my face, but I think it's more important that you see what I do down here. And my cameraman is on holiday again, so I'm on my own. So, warm it up again. Those trims, or this trim is pretty thin, so it doesn't need long. You can see it's unfolding already. So, and then I'm just going to stick that on here. This is now nice and bendy. And I'm going to work my way around the whole lantern. So, apply it on here. Sometimes need a second hand. It's nice and easy to work with. So, this is still nice and warm. If you feel it's cooled down, just reheat it. And then you can stick it. You can see I'm really squashing onto it now, and I'm not compromising anything. Hi, Grete. Hi, Liz. Oh, that's good, Liz. So I'm excited about that for you. You'll have loads of fun with it. So just stick it nicely on there. As I said, if you feel it's cooled down again a little and you can't move it or anything, then just reheat it and make sure it gets like good contact on the whole surface. So I'm gonna go around the side so you can see this side now as we continue. So this is already getting a little stiffer now, so I'm reheating it. I've already got some glue on here. So and when you work with a heat gun, you can always say, do as I say, not as I do. Be a little careful because they get very hot. You can not only burn yourself, I mean, obviously this is wood. And if you have paint underneath, you can char your projects and stuff like that. I know what I'm talking about. So people who follow me know that I'm the master of disaster. One of those days today anyway. So moving my way around. So I shall leave it like that. This is already getting stiff, but I can get with my glue under here now to put it onto that lantern. Warm that up a little. Make it nice and bendy. And so up here, need a little more heat up here. So go. Put it on here. You can see there's a little bit too much glue I've used here. It's squeezing out on the side. It's no problem. Firstly, it's a good sign because it proves that it's snuggling itself nicely onto the surface. So there we go. There we go. And 2 more sides to go. Same thing. I shall leave it like that for now because it's not in my way. I apply my glue onto project, reheat it. I'm working upside down here, so I think I've cut that one too short. I'm not sure. We'll see in a second. So that's no problem. Also, if you cut it too short, obviously not if you cut it too short for an inch or something like that, but if you cut it too short, a couple of millimeters, you can stretch it. Again, wipe the glue off, excess glue you have there. You have the heat gun standing next to you. Be careful. Just don't touch the nozzle because that's really hot. And as I said, I know what I'm talking about. I'm one of those people who have to try everything. So I've tried that. So last edge, so to say. Again, apply my glue. Let me see. There we go. Reheat it. Last bit. See how much too short I've cut it. So, ooh, this is pretty. But you see, this is warm. This is coming up just like to here. Can you see that? This is just coming up. There's like about half a centimeter missing. So if it's still warm, this is already cooled down. I'm going to reheat it a bit. So now I'm going to show you. Let's see that you can see that you can stretch it. That you can stretch it. I need another hand. Where's my third hand? I'll reheat that. Sorry, guys. So, glue is already sticking. So I can stretch that. Can stretch it to a certain. The glue is already dried underneath, so that's why. And the metal is pretty hot. So there we go. That's now right up to the end. So right up to the edge. So the edge is a bit rough, so you can basically file that down, or you can sand that down when as soon as that has cooled down. So, and this is what I'm talking about. Obviously, this was about a centimeter short. A centimeter, stretching it a centimeter is pretty much. So even the flexible paint is not going to handle that. You can see it cracked a little bit on here, but this was because this was like stretched for a centimeter because this was only coming up to here. So, but that's the reason it is important that you use a flexible paint to do that. So now if you have like a not very nice edge like this, you can just use some sandpaper and sand that down. Make a nice edge. And then you can grab your paint you've used and paint over it, and you won't see that this area was not joined properly. So I'll just grab my black paint. There you go. Just touch it up. Just touch it up in those areas where I've stretched it too much. And this is now a nice ribbon around. So, finished. First part finished. So, that's what it looks like now. I'm going to let the glue dry now, and I'm going to come up to the top, and we're going to do the same thing to the top here like I've done to the sides here. I'm going to show you how I achieved that look. Especially not your house, Michelle. So luckily I haven't managed to do that till now. So you never know. You never know. You never know. So I'm using the Texture Paste by Posh Chalk in Pearl White and in Hi Nina, hi to Spain. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to mix those a little up. They are beautiful. It is a paste, obviously, as it says, and they have like real Swarovski crystals in them. So they are ever so shiny and ever so pretty. So you can add some real luxury texture to your pieces. So, and you can apply those. I wouldn't use, when I work with those, a very expensive brush or something like that. I would use some chip brushes, or you use what I sometimes use is like those sponges. I'm going to cut that down. You can use a kitchen sponge. You can cut down a kitchen sponge also. So whatever. Just something you can wash out easily, because, as I said, they are textured. So, and this is the vintage gold, and I'm going to mix those, not together, but I'm going to layer those. And this lantern, as I said, this is metal. You know, this is metal. And I've only cleaned that piece. So I've applied, I mean, I can scrape some of the texture off, you know, which is like up too high, but I'm not going to scratch the paint off. So this holds really nice, but you have to clean it really nice. So, and then you can work just like with a sponge. I'm going to dab that now into that vintage gold, and I'm just gonna go over the top here. Well, I'm not gonna go over the top, but I'm working it into the top. So actually I can't see what I'm doing. Doing just all over the place. And the nice thing is I'm going to keep some of the black which is underneath. I'm not going to get rid of it completely, because this is going to give it a nice base for the look. So you can apply that also with a spatula or something like that if you really want to have some lumps of texture. I just want to spread it out a little like this. So come up here, go all around. And the trim, we're going to work a little separate also. I'm first going to apply the paste. If you have any questions, guys, just put it in the comments and let me know. So are there any WoodUbend projects you are working on? Just tell me, what are you working on? Or have you worked with WoodUbends before? Have you ever worked with WoodUbend and Posh Chalk? I'm nosy. Tell me. Michelle, Swarovski crystals. Yes. I love those also. So, there are real Swarovski crystals in here. I mean, this is... the camera doesn't do it any justice, you know, but this is very, very sparkly. So this is very pretty. So just gonna go right around it. Go right to the top also. The texture paste, they need a little longer to dry than the normal paste by Posh Chalk. So, and then I'm gonna go over it with the pearl white, same thing. Just pick some up with that sponge. and just apply it on here. This gives it this irregular or unregular look, so to say. So go right around. Go. Give it like this nice aged, textured, but still shiny look. And Nina, this is for the, oops, make sure I'm not using the wrong one. This is for the patio, something like that, entranceway, not exactly for standing in the rain or something like that. So because I'm going to show you the wall panel, we're going to basically bring that into life tonight to have it finished. So there are areas where you think it is too bright with that white. You can go over it again with the vintage gold here. But I want to keep some of it to show. So, what do you think so far? So, that's where we are now. So, this is like completely different to just being plain black. Now we are going to just close those up. They are water-based, guys. So, they've got the metallic paste from Posh Chalk. They've got some essential oils in them, so they smell pretty nice. So that's also the reason I'm not worried having them on my fingers or something like that. So I'm just gonna lay that back down again. Maybe do a little bit on here on the trim. I'm gonna go over the trim with the patinas, but still there's still some of the paste here in that sponge, so I might as well use it up and just wipe it on here to give it like a little bit of a base instead of wasting it. It's like an aged bronze now, something like that. That's what it looks like now. So, and then I'm gonna come in with my blue tallow. I don't know how you pronounce that. Sorry, guys. This is the one of the aqua patinas by Posh Chalk in that blue. You're going to see in a minute why I'm using the blue, which is like bright blue. Isn't that pretty? And it's so shiny. Do you see the sparkling in there? Can you see that sparkle? Love that. Love that. I'm just going to use a regular artist brush and just get some on my brush. And then I'm gonna go just around the trim, which already gives it a nice look. I don't want to have it completely covered, so I'm always just getting like a little bit of the product on here just to dab it on here. The aqua patinas is like a gilding wax type. It's very rich in color, so you don't need much of the product. So I'm just having just like a tiny little bit on my brush, and I'm just like basically offloading it onto that trim. And it is water-based. That's what the aqua stands for. So I'm going to work with another gilding wax in a second, also by Posh Chalk from the regular patina line, which is then like a normal gilding wax. It is then oil-based. So this is the reason I'm using that glass then. A bit much. Spread it out. Spread it out. You can see it gives it like a beautiful, beautiful look with the in braun und blau. Welches hast du? Dieses hier? Ute, hast du das hier? Wenn du das hast, das kannst du mit Wasser verdünnen. Weil das ist tatsächlich auf Wasserbasis. Oder hast du normales Gilding Wax? So Ute is just saying she has some blue wax which is dried in, but I'm not quite sure if it's like the aqua patina, you can stretch that with water, as this one is water based. So see that we work all the way around. Ute, ja. Was meinst du mit ja? Ich muss genauer sagen. Ja, von ja, das Aqua oder ja, das normales Gilding Wax. Hi Betty, thank you for joining us. Happy you're there. Sweet soul, one of my sweet souls. Thank you, Betty, for sharing. And thank you, Anya, also for sharing. I know you're always sharing also. So almost all the way around. And then we're going to come in with the pale gold just to finish it off. But it already has a lovely, lovely sheen. So, Posh Chalk Patina. But this Blue Phytalo, das ist auf Wasserbasis, da kannst du ein bisschen Wasser reinmachen. Aber warum das eingetrocknet ist, verstehe ich nicht. Wenn der Deckel drauf ist, sollte das an und für sich okay sein. Es sei denn, es hat zu lange offen gestanden. So, that already looks gorgeous. Still, I want to have a little more on there. I shall close that up so that it doesn't dry in. And this is the patina in pale gold. I'm using pale gold. Look at this. This is brand new because they have the pigments also in pale gold, and I've used the pigments on the that wall panel. So also, this is oil based now, but it's got, I love the smell from it. Do Posh Chalk do the patina with the activator? I'm not quite sure if I understand that correctly. WoodUbend, can you answer that? So now I'm going to bring you a little, see that you can see. Let's see. And I'm just going to go very ever so lightly over those edges, just to add a little bit of the, just a tiny little bit of the pale gold onto the blue, not too much, because I want to have the blue still showing through. And I'm going to use very little of that product. Very, very little. As this, you can also apply that. You can use your fingers. You can use your fingers, you know, this, you can put it on your finger and go over it like that. So the aqua patina underneath is not quite dry. Oh, it is almost dry, not quite. So use your fingers, go over it, And then we can place our candle or the light in there and put it on the wall panel, which I'm going to do with you now, as this piece is finished. So the bottom, that's what it looks like now. So this is just like this little bit extra. Just go quickly around the top. Just a little bit on your finger, wipe it over. So the normal gilding waxes, this one is solid. You know, you can't, this one is really solid, but this is one of the water, of the oil-based ones. You know, this is like the normal gilding waxes. So this is pretty solid. The aqua patinas, they're a little softer. But as I said, if they've dried in, you can also either mix them up a little bit with water. So that's it. That's it. Finished. That's the look I'm going for. And now we're going to hang it up. I'm going to turn you around. I'm going to bring you back. Hang on, you're going to go flying. I'm sorry, guys. Otherwise, you can't see the whole thing. Let's see. There it is. There it is. So this is gonna go. Let's make sure I've got the door to the front up here, and then we can put our candle in here. And you can have that on your patio. You can have that. You can throw it over. Make sure that's nicely, so they're just standing up against the wall. So, what do you think, my friends? That's what we've been working on the last weeks. Thank you. Instagram, can you see? There it is. Yeah, there it is. So I'm going to move you a little closer. I'm going to give you a little bit more of a close-up of the whole thing now, so you can see a little more what we've been doing here. So we started with that angel up there. We have our letter now to match it. We have loads of WoodUbends on here. We've done some stenciling. So you can put like a plant stand in front of it or whatever. So that's basically it, guys. It is finished now. What do you think? Do you like it? I hope you like it. I'm gonna need my chair. Oops, just to say goodbye to you. Stand here. So, my friends, thank you. Thank you. So happy that you've done this transformation together with me. Thank you, Amber. Okay. Hi, Yvonne. Thank you. That's sweet. That's sweet. I'm happy that you've transformation with me. So the lantern we've done tonight, so it's finished now, guys. Thank you so much. My name is Angela. I'm the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a WoodUbend retailer over here in Frankfurt in Germany. So if you haven't done it yet, pop over to my page, leave me a like there. I also do thank you. And yeah, I also do lives in German. And I'll see you next week on the WoodUbend page. If you want to shop the products I've used, look at my hands. If you want to shop the products I've used, pop over to the WoodUbend page and check for your local retailer. I'm sure I have WoodUbend, have you put the link in for the local retailer page? And make sure you support them, which is very important. As I said, I'm a retailer over here in Frankfurt in Germany. I can also help you, but please always check for your local retailer first, which is very important. And thank you for being with me. You take care, guys, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Good night, my friends. Nighty.